Well, it's been a powerful and moving experience over the last couple of days because we've been in this beautiful space, and it's I haven't been here before, and it's just you just are able to really sit back, think, and really meet other people and think and work with other people that are from all over the world. So folks that you wouldn't even think that you'd be connecting with. And so we've been really kind of building those relationships with others and learning about what they do in their country or area or region or nation, and and also getting a sense of how we can see some of the interconnections and ways of where the synergies in terms of working together for the next few years or whatever that is. I think there's just a real need or focus on smaller nations, meaning broader, like even in a broader sense. So there's small nations, whoever identifies that way, like maybe Finland or something is a small nation. Canada is not. But how I've been viewing it and seeing it is that it does include regions or areas or local or rural communities that self-identify as a small nation. And so the alliance then is something that, or whatever we call it, we know that we don't know the name, but the people that are coming to co-create and co-design are recognizing that there's some special kind of features of a smaller community and smaller nation that larger nations can learn from, and also you can incubate and innovate in a smaller local region more so than you can. So you can actually scale it from a smaller region. There's also many innovations that I think are happening already that most people are familiar with or doing in this group that we can amplify, and because I don't think they are being amplified, we may not look at it that way, and so this way we can understand what that is and then share those initiatives with each other. Mm-hmm. So I think that why we would even get together, and over the last couple of days we're kind of coalescing around that and trying to come to some sense of focus and goal. And I think that what we really believe in is kind of having that experiment incubator, or that we're calling it oh dear, I forgot the name. Anyway, we're calling it this collaborative lab that is experimenting or giving idea or learning, having deeper learning in certain areas that we want to bring some prototypes to, and then we want to learn from each other to go to launch them. Well, I think it's important because we don't often learn from each other across the globe, and we often, at least I'll speak for myself, we tend to focus in on our own work, and I'm in Canada, so we have our own kind of work that we've been doing, and I've been working in the social finance field. But that's something that needs to be why this is so fascinating, is because we need to understand different models and different ways of working and different innovations in other areas of the world, really the globe, so that we can learn and adapt, and we can adapt in our own country, but we can also maybe provide some learning to them as well. So it's kind of reciprocal kind of learning process. So this is what is important, I think, for us, and also to create action. It's not just around coming together and chatting and getting to know each other's initiatives. It's more about how can we take it to the next step and really look at creating change in communities so we have a better community life. Mm-hmm. So I think the main contribution would be, at this point, would probably be in the finance area. So we, like I mentioned, our experience is more in the emerging field of social finance. We're fairly innovative in that work in Canada, and we're starting to pilot certain areas. So in order to create a multitude of funds and ways of and capital and having that capital available to those initiatives and funding those prototypes, et cetera, and funding and supporting networks in this work. I think we need to be thinking about multiple ways of doing that, and that's something that we talked about today as well. And I think we can share some of that learning and co-create with the group.